says the way lead poisoning affects families goes beyond the financial.
I still probably use the filtration system just because of my own paranoia and experience with everything that's happened to me. That's just a constant concern for my family.
Wyatt Barmar-Pooley, WTMJ News.
Common Council also approving a new polling location for upcoming elections. The new location will be at the southwest corner of Capitol and 60th at the former Securant Bank and Trust branch, just about a block away from the former location at the Midtown Center. The ACLU of Wisconsin has released a statement praising the decision, saying, quote, "This victory comes after months of advocacy from a coalition of community organizers defending voting rights for those who depend on Milwaukee's most popular early voting site," closed quote. The new site will be open for the 2024 spring primary as well as the 2024 November general election.
Wisconsin expected to once again be the center of a highly divided presidential race in 2024, and Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul tells TMJ4 News the state election system is ready and up to the task.
We're prepared to defend the results of the elections. It's vital that people are able to exercise their right to vote without interference. We're going to ensure that people's basic voting rights are protected if there are efforts to undermine those.
Kaul says his office will work with different partners across the state, including teaming up with both federal and local law enforcement and prosecutors' offices to address any dangers to the security of elections.
A school board meeting scheduled this evening could decide the fate of several Kenosha schools, 7 to be exact, 5 elementary schools, Lincoln Middle School, and Reuther High School, all up for shutdown as the district attempts to solve a $15 million budget deficit. Former Kenosha Unified Superintendent Joseph Manji tells TMJ4 News he wishes this were up to the voters.
I think they're forgetting that Kenosha has always supported schools. So give people a chance. Go to a referendum. If you lose, you lose, but give people a chance to vote.
Manji also proposes to close the district's educational support center and relocate staff and administration into underutilized space inside Kenosha schools.
The Waukesha County Crisis Resource Center will soon be up and running. The facility is meant to help people in need. Kirk Yockler is with the Waukesha County Department of Health and Human Services.
It's just remarkable that we've been able to transform this into an environment that will help our community.
Up to 14 people can stay at the Crisis Resource Center at once. It's set to open in January.
Well, the Packers laid an egg last night, and they're now one of 6 NFC teams with a record of 6-7. Playoff chances would have been near 70% with a win. They're now at 47%. Still a good shot. Packers take on the Buccaneers Sunday at Lambeau, and the Bucs' 6-game homestand continues Wednesday night against the Pacers team that knocked the Bucs out of the in-season tournament in Las Vegas about a week ago.
Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 3:04.
This report is sponsored by Creative Planning. Give your wealth a second look. CreativePlanning.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Garage door broke. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis. Need a new garage door. Do it right. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new CHI maintenance-free garage door. In fact, a recent study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%, ranking #1 among all home improvement projects. To see our huge selection of doors, come visit us at our Brookfield location or view our online showroom at geisdoors.com. We have everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, call Geis at 262-784-4250 or visit us online at geisdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. Don't think twice. Call Geis.
It's WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for Panoramic CBD. Whether you're looking to reduce anxiety, pain, depression, or just need to relax, Panoramic CBD has the best products for everyone's needs. They farm, process, test, and package their own CBD products, hence the slogan from soil to oil. By overseeing every stage of the process, Panoramic CBD eliminates the middleman, ensuring unmatched quality throughout. To offer you the best CBD products at the best prices for you and your pets. Shop local. Shop Wisconsin. From soil to oil, PanoramicCBD.com.
Sweet, flaky, and utterly delicious. That's the famous Kringle from O&H Danish Bakery. Guaranteed to get you on the nice list, O&H Danish Bakery can deliver that heavenly goodness right to your doorstep. Now that's a memorable gift where you know you've nailed it. And it arrives fresh in just 2 business days, anywhere within the country. Order online today, ohddanishbakery.com, or come on in to O&H Danish Bakery in Racine, Oak Creek, or Sturtevant and taste the difference of bakery made from scratch.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Excel Concrete Coatings, the family-owned company that transformed my garage and will give your concrete surface a brand new look, feel, and function. Colder weather, perfect time to redo your commercial space with a beautiful new coating on your concrete floor. Or one of my buddies here got the scary old laundry room redone. And with Excel Concrete Coatings, it's quite affordable. Most projects start as low as $1,500. Call the owners of Excel Concrete Coatings directly. That's Greg and Luann. ExcelConcreteCoatings.com.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. The team is here. Greg Matzik is with us live in the studio. So is Wyatt Barmore-Pooley, who's manning the newsroom this afternoon. Debbie Loziga's got your roads. Dylan Carter's on digital, and Sam Butson is producing the show this afternoon. Look at all the people we got working here, Matzik. It's incredible.
Happy birthday, Sam, too, by the way.
Happy birthday to Sam. We should make Sam sing.
No, thank you.
Not going to happen.
Sam will not do karaoke, and more to come on that later in the show.
Yeah, you got that right. All right, let's get to what we're tracking today.
This is the 3 at 3 on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
All right, Greg, where do we start?
Well, Special Counsel Jack Smith getting his wish, John. The Supreme Court will decide whether former President Donald Trump has any immunity from criminal prosecution for alleged crimes he committed while in office.
So here's where this is headed. The special prosecutor taking the very unusual step of saying, I want this to go right to the Supreme Court. Federal courts, appeals court, I'm not doing any of that. I want the Supreme Court to decide once and for all whether President Donald Trump, former President Donald Trump, I should say, is immune from acts he committed as president. The Supreme Court today has decided they will take up the case. They're going to hear the case. They say it will be in an expedited fashion. They've given the Trump team now until December 20th to respond to Special Prosecutor Jack Smith's request that Donald Trump be ruled to not be immune. Meanwhile, Senate Democrats are calling on one of the justices, Clarence Thomas, to recuse himself from the case, saying he should not be allowed to rule on this because he has a conflict of interest due to his wife being an outspoken supporter of Trump's false claims that the presidential election in 2020 was stolen. Clarence Thomas has not ruled on this. He's unlikely to recuse himself. The Supreme Court will likely hear this case before the end of the year. Major Garrett, CBS's chief Washington correspondent, I've been texting with him earlier today about this case, and he will join us live coming up at 3:45, so much more on that later on this hour. All right, what's next?
Well, much of Wisconsin's drinking water still flows through lead service lines, but local, state, and federal efforts are finally ramping up to get those out.
And some big developments here in the city of Milwaukee. Wyatt Barmore-Pooley has been on this story for a long time and has the very latest. Wyatt.
Yeah, the Common Council this morning in a wide-ranging meeting, one of the things they did was approve an ordinance that's going to remove the cost for homeowners to replace their portion of lead service lines. So the city will do it, but up to a certain point on your property, they charged you for it up to $1,600, a major barrier for a lot of folks trying to get that covered. I also spoke with an advocate for the Coalition on Lead Emergency, Deanna Branch. She told me that it's another problem when you don't own the house. A lot of people rent. This was her situation.
By the time that my son was hospitalized the second time, that's when CPS got involved and pretty much told me that I couldn't, they couldn't discharge my son from the hospital because I couldn't provide a safe place for him to live.
So they couldn't go back home, so she had to break her lease and end up in a legal battle because it was so lead contaminated. So this is good for homeowners, but hopefully this will lead to more service lines being replaced so situations like these don't exist. It's going to be paid for the city. It's going to be paid by the city up front. They're just going to cover the cost, the $1,600, because they're getting federal dollars from the bipartisan infrastructure law that are already guaranteed, earmarked for the city, that they're going to use to cover that cost on the city side.
Good news for our city. This is the right thing to do. Wyatt, thank you very much. All right, what's the third thing, Greg?
Well, Jennifer Aniston reflecting on her text conversations with former Friends star Matthew Perry, who died October 28th at the age of 54.
You know, so I think a lot of people have this fairy tale vision that the folks of the Friends cast, all those cast members, stayed in touch and really were friends. Well, it ends up that we're learning they were. Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry were texting the day that he passed away. In an interview with Variety magazine, Jennifer Aniston says, "I was literally texting with him that morning. Funny Matty," she said. "He was not in pain. He wasn't struggling. He was happy. He was healthy. He had quit smoking. He was getting in shape," Aniston said. While Perry's detailed his past struggles with substance abuse, Aniston said he was doing really well before his death, and she was in constant contact with him. She said, "I want people to know he was really healthy and getting healthy. He was on a pursuit. He worked so hard. He really was dealt a tough one. I miss him dearly. We all do. Boy, he made us laugh really hard." We are still awaiting toxicology and other details from the autopsy into Matthew Perry's death, which have not yet been released. He passed away in October, so it's been about 2 months. That is the 3 at 3 on your Tuesday. It is 3:13 at WTMJ. Do you have a book that you're recommending for Christmas? We're going to do a little, what book would you recommend and put on the top of your Christmas list? The Old National Bank talk and text line is 855-616-1620. Old National Bank, get old. Start the conversation now. I've got a couple of ideas. What's the book you've recently read that you would recommend if people are looking for some gift ideas as we head towards Christmas? Text it to us, 855-616-1620. Major Garrett is with us in a half an hour. Celebrity chef Adam Pavlik up next in the studio.
WTMJ's Jeff Wagner.
The best player on the Wisconsin Badgers football team is this running back, Braylon Allen. He's announced that he is going to be turning pro. He's not going to be playing in the Badgers bowl game. Do you fault him for bailing on the team before the end of the season? Jeff, will you do your last show or risk injury heading into retirement? No, I'm not leaving anything on the table, I promise.
Weekdays from noon to 3 on WTMJ.
Hey, we're all living longer, and that's a good thing. One of the downsides is that more and more Americans are dealing with memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, that sort of thing. I've got the place if you've got a family member that's struggling. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Azura, their mission is to transform the culture of care. They do it every day. I've been in their places. I've seen Jill and Josh and their teams. It's about compassion and empathy at Azura. My grandma was in a place. I wish I'd known about Azura because she would have been there. It's a special place with 14 locations in our state, 4 in the Milwaukee area. I've been inside. I've seen how they work. It's Azura. If you've got someone with Alzheimer's or other memory issues, check out Azura. Wisconsin-based, family-owned. It's Azura.
After a serious crash with a semi-truck, everything can change instantly. Your future, your family's future, your quality of life. That's why knowledge and results matter in big truck cases. And not all law firms have the know-how or the resources to handle these complicated cases. At Gruber Law Offices, we have the experience it takes to make sure you're protected. And there's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Your wealth, your legacy, your taxes. Without a doubt, they've changed from where you started. Is your old financial plan keeping up? Markets change. Families change. Taxes absolutely change. Be ready for what's next with the Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. It's the best place to start with Annex for investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning by a fee-only fiduciary. No high-pressure sales. No advice that's not in your best interest. Zero commissions. The Annex tax team will dig in deep with your current plan to see what might have been missed, what could be more efficient, and how you could prepare for changes in tax laws. From there, they'll share strategies that could safeguard your wealth, because chances are, as you've gained wealth, your tax pictures become much more complex. We call it the Tax Smart Review because we're not just looking for the lowest taxes today. We look into the future through retirement and determine the best tax path for you and your family. Take a proactive approach. Get an Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. Visit annexwealth.com/taxsmart. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
There's an inviting holiday chill waiting for you at your local Merle Norman. Our holiday 2023 color collection is available now, featuring a gift-worthy opalized palette filled with 9 limited edition soft touch shadows. Pair your palette with 3 shades of crisp candy cane scented tinted lip balm, including neutral cashmere cream, a dimensional plum shimmer, and red sangria cream. Shop all holiday limited editions while supplies last at Merle Norman Cosmetics Salon and Spa at Brookfield Square.
Traffic is sponsored by the Heiser Automotive Group. For convenient car shopping and financing, visit Heiser Automotive Group at one of their 4 locations: Toyota, Chevy, Ford, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Or visit Heiser.com, because today's your day.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lonzaga. Good afternoon, Deb.
Good afternoon, John. Well, they cleared up the issue at Car Ferry on 794 northbound just before you get to the Hone Bridge. So there was some debris in the roadway that was in traffic. Southbound 43, still a bit backed up from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to North Avenue. Westbound 94 slowing down just west of 27th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on 41 southbound, a little bit of a heavy ride, basically from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lonzaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 24 degrees. Tomorrow, partly cloudy, a high of 40. On Thursday, mostly sunny, a high of 47. Man, that's going to feel good. On Friday, cloudy, a high of 48. On Saturday, mostly cloudy, a high of 45 degrees. Major Garrett coming up at 3:47, taking us inside what's going on with the Trump situation. A couple major developments. Major Garrett will be with us live coming up at 3:47. Our friend, celebrity chef Adam Pavlik, is with us. He's the owner of Egg and Flour. You know him from the Food Network and the cool shows he's done on TV. Good to see you, Chef. Thanks for being here.
What's up, gentlemen?
Welcome
How are we
back,
doing?
too, by the way. You were all over the place. California, Tomahawk, doing events.
Tomahawk. I went from California to Beverly Hills to Tomahawk.
Very similar. Yes, we've always discussed that on this show.
Yes.
Different
Almost the
culinary
same place.
expertise required, or no, you bring it anywhere you go?
Well, yeah, California was more for fun. My cousin Tony and the fam were hanging out and got to eat and enjoy that. 3.5 days, that went very fast. So then, yeah, went up to Bootleggers Lodge in Tomahawk, Wisconsin, did a 2-night dinner service with them. Great people, great restaurant. Really, really cool. I used to go up there all the time, and a lot different than when I went up there now, but it was fun. It was a great time.
Kind of a busy time of year for you with a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
You've got some special stuff coming up that people should think about getting on their calendar. What's on your calendar?
So I have one big thing right now that I think people should think as maybe a gift for the future. The date is January 27th, and it is the Four Seasons at the Fitzgerald. The Fitzgerald is event space that was taken over by the Pabst Theater Group.
Oh, yeah.
So myself and the Pabst Theater Group have come together to do a 4-night dinner series. The first one is January 27th. It's a Saturday. Super fun. And the whole point of this dinner series is to feature farms, purveyors, and businesses that are local. So we have Ray's Butcher Shop, Fondy Farm. We have St. Paul Fish Company, Pink Teepee Farm, Alice's Garden, Musher Mike, La Rev. And then it comes with wine pairings from my good friend Emily Slosky from Merlot Muse.
Nice.
We're going to do multiple courses with wine. We're going to have a lot of fun chefs joining me in putting on that dinner, but something really fun. And get your tickets now. You can go to the Pabst website, and it's just like a normal, kind of like a concert series you'll see, but it'll be a chef series. So super easy. Go on the website. You can pick January 27th is the most recent one, or buy all 4 if you're really
Great
into
Christmas
it.
gift.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying,
I
right?
think
Like
so.
we know so many people who they're really into like experiences this time of year. You're always
Exactly.
trying to find something a little different and unique. Like this is
And this is a new
tailor-made.
spot too. Like the Fitzgerald event space is great, really big, remodeled bars, great space to hold an event or do something. But for this dinner series, we're going to really bring it and offer seasonal food. So all 4 of the dinner series will be different menus and different wine, and we're just going to be pretty much showcase. I'm only going to be able to cook what those purveyors have for me.
So check out the Pabst Theater Group if you
Love
want
that.
information on that.
Yeah.
Maciek, you've been busy. This
So
this smells fantastic.
So what you have in front of you is the product of buying too much tomato paste. That's exactly what happened over the weekend. All right, so Emily said, hey, let's make chili. So, all right, that sounds really good. So I was out at Sendik's, I get all the food for this segment at Sendik's, and I love it. It's right by our house. They have great stuff, great ingredients. So I went shopping there on Sunday. We made some chili after my daughter Riley's basketball games, and I bought all the stuff for chili. And I get home only to realize I already have the fire roasted tomatoes. I already have the tomato paste. I already have the sauce. And we had a couple peppers left over from other stuff that we had. So we had a yellow pepper, a green, and a red, and we had an onion.
He's got a full pantry at the house.
Yeah, pretty much. So we just have sort of random stuff. And Emily is really good at making stuff out of random stuff.
Yep.
So we're 80% of the way to jambalaya. I was like, all right, well, we had some cubed ham. We just needed some shrimp, some andouille, and some other just kind of basic stuff. So I ended up making in a Dutch oven on Monday. Was cooking all day yesterday before the Packers game, some jambalaya. So what you have in front of you is my version of a jambalaya. I use white rice, but I like to cook it in chicken broth.
No recipe, or is this just you just going at it?
So I did locate a recipe, and then I just sort of altered the spices to my taste.
Yep.
So I had a little smoked paprika. That was not called for in the recipe. I had red pepper flakes and cayenne to pretty much anything that I cook. So that's in there. But the tomato paste, the tomato sauce, it's very tomato-y.
Man, that is good.
The shrimp was pre-cooked. I just kind of heated it through.
Not spicy either.
Not overly. I just do a dash of cayenne because otherwise my daughters won't eat it.
Mm-hmm.
But the rice cooked in chicken broth, that was the big tip that I got from the recipe that I saw. Don't cook it in water. White rice cooked in chicken broth. That was a good way to go. And then some andouille sausage. We didn't have that, and I got some andouille and just...
You like it, John?
I do. It's got flavor, but it doesn't set your mouth on fire.
No.
It's pretty basic ingredients is what I learned. I thought it was going to be this elaborate, just like, man, it's going to take forever. You do want to slow cook it. It's just a matter of having the right stuff, but it's not overly complicated.
Yeah, layering the flavors, starting with the veggie and all that, and then the rice, and bringing everything in there, you know.
I was worried about overcooking the rice because after you cook the rice, then you add all the other stuff, and then it still cooks. So I erred on the side of sort of undercooking the rice. I feel like that came through a little bit here, if I'm being honest, but I didn't want to make it mushy.
No, it's good. There's a lot of good flavor. I said not spicy. It's kind of like heat in the throat, though, which is good.
Gets you eventually, huh?
Yeah, but not even. It's just like there, you know. It's
not
just hanging out for a little bit.
So lead us through what you're tasting. What do you think?
So obviously go for the shrimp right away. The andouille comes through really, really good. I like that you're just using random things in the house, so the little ham cubes and stuff in there.
Yeah, kids love it. So this is like kid size. What you see,
of course,
kid size little squares that we have already cut up.
Yeah, and there's a lot of peppers and vegetables and stuff in there. I mean, this is a good flavor. It's seasoned well. It doesn't need salt or anything. And I don't eat jambalaya very often. You know, it's either I make it, which doesn't happen very often, or if I go out, maybe like Maxie's or something like that.
Go. Yeah, get the real stuff.
Yeah, but this is really, really good. You know, I am happy with this one today. Definitely.
I needed a rebound. I needed a redeemer. I feel like the last one I left you a little short.
From last week or 2 weeks ago?
We were in the 7s with the grade. That was the first time I was in the 7s. I was a little disenchanted.
Yep.
I think he's pandering for something over.
Okay, so
that's up to him.
For the jambalaya, and we're gonna get John's score again today too. I think. I don't know how that's going to be different, but let's.
I like the andouille.
It is good, and the shrimp is not overcooked, and it's not it's not rubbery and chewy. It's good flavor.
Now I don't have the palate you have, but
you want me to go first so that you're not.
No, I'll go, but my refined palate will probably influence what you do. But I'm just kidding. I like it that the texture's there. The rice isn't mushy. The shrimp is good. It's firm, and I like the sneaky flavor. I give it a 8.2.
Oh, there we go. Hey, I appreciate that.
8.2, but
8.2.
I just know what I like. I just don't know much more.
I could eat a big bowl. That's why I'm in the middle of eating right now.
Yeah, I could too.
Spices are not complex, right? It's a little garlic powder, a little onion powder, the cayenne, as I mentioned, a little bit of that. Smoked paprika, there's a little smoky kind of hint to it.
And it's good that it doesn't just taste like tomato.
No, it's definitely a lot of tomato in it, but but I didn't overdo it.
When it's cooked down, it's good. I'm going to give this one an even 8.
8, you're back in the 8.
Yeah, I feel good about that.
Yeah, you should.
I feel good about that. That's a win.
Really good.
The celebrity chef gave you an 8.
Especially when he throws out there that he just threw some things together.
Well, we had I just realized we had a lot of the ingredients. We were like 80% of the way there, and I could tie it off with a couple more things, and it was easy.
And you ate before the horrible game last night, right? Or the horrible last...
Yeah, kind of as it was getting up and
the
running.
last 30 seconds of that game.
Well, I would have thrown it up if I ate too late.
Chef Adam, you want to hang out with him? Go to the Pabst Theater Group. There's some great events coming up. The first one that he's doing at the Fitzgerald is on January 27th.
Yes, that's one. Sign up, get your tickets now, or, get some tickets and just give them as a really good gift, and they only have to wait 35 days.
That's a great gift. Stocking
awesome
stuff.
gift.
Get the tickets and
It
stock
really
them
is.
in that.
That's a great
stock them
gift.
in that stocking. Chef, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Egg and Flour. Check it out. It's 327, the Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Everything in the green. Good inflation numbers led to this. The S&P up 21, the Dow up 173, the NASDAQ up 101 points on the day. That's what I'm talking about. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
When you see our selection of gently worn brand name girls and women's clothing, you'll love what you find, and you'll love the prices. So low that you won't believe your eyes. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll find something cute, maybe a whole new outfit, for so much less. Gently worn brand name clothing at far below retail. You're gonna love it. On Highway 100 at Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Hey, I've been talking to you for months about radon, how it's the second leading cause of lung cancer in the United States. It's no joke. It's in your house, it's odorless, tasteless, and you really have no idea what the radon levels are inside your house unless you have a company like Lifetime Radon Solutions come out and offer a test for you. That's right. They'll do it for free. They'll come out, no strings attached, no obligation. A free test is available through Lifetime Radon Solutions. If you need it, like we did, they'll install a mitigation system that'll get you back to radon neutral. That's the goal here, to get you that safe environment for you to hang out in and for your kids to play in, right? We spend a lot of time in the house, especially in the basement in the winter months. We want to make sure our house is in great working order and it's safe. So why risk it? Call Lifetime Radon Solutions or check them out online. Statewide coverage, all sorts of 5-star reviews. They really do great work. It's lifetimeradon.com.
So I came to Advent because I was experiencing recurrent sinus infections. As a new mom, it was really kind of difficult.
Many of our patients complain of sinus infections. The headaches, fatigue, and nasal stuffiness have a profound effect on their lives.
I just felt like your sickness starts affecting your energy level and, the things that you really enjoy doing. That really was a breaking point for me.
So Molly came to Advent. Abnormally tight sinuses and swollen turbinates led to simple breathing triangle solutions that ended up taking about 20 minutes in office. And very soon thereafter, she was breathing freely.
I'm just in awe at the amount of air that that I'm able to breathe in and out each night, and I haven't had a sinus infection since the procedure.
I'm Dr. Madan Kandula. When you breathe well, you do live better.
Results may vary.
Hey, John Mercure here for Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. I love my dogs. They're great dogs. They didn't always behave great, but a lot like raising children, I found my dogs didn't always listen. Now they do. Sit Mean Sit Dog Training just taught me how to talk to my dogs, how to interact with them better, how to be smarter. It's Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. I have a happy, confident, obedient pair of dogs now because of them. Started with a free consultation. You can do the same thing. Matt, someone else there, will meet you. They'll meet your dogs, you meet the owner, you meet the trainers, and then you're good to go. I loved it. It was just a handful of lessons, and my dogs are better dogs. It's Sit Mean Sit Dog Training.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 3:30. I'm Wyatt Barmore Pooley. Your top story, a busy day for the Common Council.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and we've got an accident now, 94 eastbound at Mitchell Boulevard. The center lane is blocked, so watch out for the delays to start creeping up. That literally just came through right now, so if there aren't any delays there at the moment, there will be. Southbound 43 backing up a bit from before Silver Spring all the way down to North Avenue. Right now, a 20-minute ride from Brown Deer Road to downtown. And then a little bit heavy on 41 southbound from about Hampton Avenue down just past Capitol Drive. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight we're going to have partly cloudy skies, a low of 24. Tomorrow partly cloudy again, a high of 40. It is 30 6 degrees in Milwaukee at 3:31. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, the Milwaukee Common Council this morning approving a major change to how the city replaces lead service lines. The council approving an ordinance that removes the cost for homeowners in replacing those service lines. Previously, there was a cost of $1,600 per house. The council also approving a new polling location for upcoming elections. That new location will be at the southwest corner of Capitol and 60th at the former Securant Bank and Trust branch. That's just about a block away from the former Midtown location at the Midtown Center. The ACLU of Wisconsin releasing a statement praising the decision. The new site will be open for the 2024 spring primary as well as the November general election next year. That's also the presidential. The ACLU saying the victory comes after months of advocacy from a coalition of community organizations. Multiple people displaced today after 6 apartment units were damaged in a fire in Brown Deer. According to North Shore Fire Rescue, crews were dispatched to an apartment building on Dean Road shortly before 11 a.m. this morning. Responding crews found a fire in a second-floor apartment of a 48-unit apartment complex. The building was quickly evacuated and the fire was brought under control in about 40 minutes by multiple departments. 6 of the apartments are currently not fit to live in, according to officials there. Ahead of the 2024 presidential election, the security of the election remains a major issue for many Wisconsin voters, whether they trust the system or not. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul tells TMJ4 News, however, he stands behind Wisconsin's election system and its staff.
There have been a lot of election denial claims. There's been a lot of conspiracy theories. But at the end of the day, what a review of the facts has shown is that our election officials in Wisconsin are hardworking and doing excellent work, and that the results that we get reflect the will of the voters.
Republicans in the legislature remain furious with Wisconsin Elections Administrator Megan Wolf, who's currently involved in a court case over whether the GOP can remove her from her job, as they've been trying to do for much of